Hello everyone, back with another video today, revisiting the old theme of left-wing bias in the media. This time we look at Wendy Mesley's interview with Maxime that was featured on Sunday, September 23rd on the CBC. I don't know much about this reporter. I've seen her only one other time when she interviewed Jordan Peterson and spent the whole time trying to paint him as a figure of the alt-right. We pick up this story with a tweet from Maxime a few days prior to the interview. In here, he calls out Mesley and the loony left for being an activist and not a journalist, and criticizes the fact the CBC is receiving public funding. But this gets better. Mesley fires back, trying to claim the high ground, claiming her questions are well researched, and urges people to watch the interview for themselves. So I did. In my opinion, the unprofessionalism was scandalous. Maxime was completely justified in calling her out before the interview was aired. Mesley spent the whole segment with Bernier trying to paint a huge conspiracy where libertarians are slowly hijacking the political system in Canada. I wish! But she then invokes the left's favorite boogeyman, the Koch brothers, and tries to link them to Bernier, insinuating they might be or will try to fund his campaign. Watch this for yourself here.
So no contact with the Koch brothers?
No contacts with them.
With the Mercer family?
No contact with them.
You say you have no link to these American billionaires or their billions, and yet you and a big chunk of your senior team worked either at the Montreal Economic Institute or at the Fraser Institute. Both are linked. They're partnered with the Atlas Network, which is largely funded by the Koch brothers, who are American libertarian billionaires. So you are linked, are you not? At least in thinking.
I was VP at the Montreal Economic Institute 13 years ago for 2 years.
And you said that inspired much of your thinking.
Absolutely, and I'm proud of that. I'm a free market politician. And I think I'm the only one who worked for a free think tanks and like the Montreal Economic Institute. And yes, I learned a lot over there. And that's why I'm promoting free market policies. That's what I believe. I think we must have more competition. When you have more competition, you have better products and lower prices.
But so you would have been helped by them. Would you not want their help, either the Koch brothers or the Atlas Network's help now? They've helped you in the past.
I don't.
You're going to need a lot of help. You're trying to run 338 candidates in the next election, and you have like no machine compared to what Andrew Scheer has.
I mean, Jesus, why did you not also take this opportunity to ask him when he stopped beating his girlfriend? As far as I know, free speech is still allowed in Canada, which means that free think tanks like the Fraser Institute and Montreal Economic Institute are free to raise money and promote studies that focus on promoting free market policy in Canada. The way Mesley goes about this whole segment, I would not be surprised if next week she suggests that free market policy should be classified as hate speech in Canada. After Mesley is done trying to push her conspiracy views, she moves on to healthcare, trying to insinuate that Maxime wants to impose private healthcare in Canada. There are plenty of topics she could have chosen, but she chose healthcare because everyone knows Canadians cherish their system, and scare tactics are an effective way of discrediting your opponents. Just watch this clip and see how many times she interrupts Maxime.
Let's take healthcare. You said there should be more private healthcare.
Yes.
How far do you want to go?
I won't decide that. That's a provincial jurisdiction. What I'm saying...
But don't you have to have a position?
Yeah, well, I'm telling you my position right now.
Which is?
Which is, the federal government is taxing Canadians. And after that, we use that money to transfer that to provinces. Healthcare, it's a 100% provincial jurisdiction.
So you have no problem if the provinces want to provide more private healthcare?
That would be their decision.
But you'd be fine with that?
For sure. Like all the other countries.
And do you think that would be better to have two-tier?
For sure, that would be more. The Canadian will choose. It's like
is that what Canadians want? Because that's a big change.
No, that's not a big change.
It's supposed to be this.
We have private delivery right now, but I won't decide that. It's not my jurisdiction. I will just lower my taxes, and provinces will find the right way to be efficient because
they will be responsible
at the end.
But in many countries, when you have two-tier healthcare, the waiting lists get longer, except for
that's
rich
not
people.
That's not true. That's not true. If you look at the data, if you look at Sweden, in UK, they have a mixed system, and they don't have this.
Obviously, the way Maxime was explaining his policy did not fit with Mesley's narrative. She wanted to frame the debate as Maxime taking something away from Canadians, not giving them the choice in choosing the system they want through their provincial government. Myself, I was convinced a long time ago that the state should have no business in media. That's one of the main reasons why I support the Libertarian Party's policy of selling the CBC. Many conservatives watched the interview and are coming around to the idea that the state needs to be separate from the media and are promoting the hashtag defund CBC. But defunding is not enough. Harper tried to do that. Conservatives must be more forceful. Like supply management, this needs to be a litmus test to see how serious conservative candidates are. Mesley's recent interview is just the most recent example, but there will be others going forward. So, if you liked the video, please give it a like, as it does help the video get out there and reach more people who might be unaware of how biased the CBC is. A link to my blog and Twitter is also in the description. That's it for now, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye.